You and I, you and I. Yes, Air Queen.
Yes, yeah, yep, yeah. Because what Brandy's doing so well is she's matching Mariah's tone, and she's giving that breathy, airy tone, which is so apparent on the roof and on the backgrounds for that. And then hearing Brandy, for me, it was hearing Brandy in the booth when she goes into the booth and you hear her do those runs. Um, and again, seeing Mariah get excited when she gets something right and gives her, she's like, that's the take, that's the one.
Time and every time. Okay. Or however you really feel it. I love that. From you, okay. So you said, are you going to... Are you doing 3? To feel alive. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Do it like you, okay? No. Do it like you, please.
We now have Brandy in the vocal booth, and I just love to see Mariah do more of her coaching. I'm gonna put like a little like coach's jacket and like a little sports cap on her. Like she's I'm like, I coach sports and you coach singing. We're both coach. I feel like I can't often relate to like what Mariah is doing, but I was like, oh, we're both coaches in this. I was like, I
But
love
it's
this. I love
insane, like
this.
you're coaching athletes, like effectively, like the best of the best. Like that's what you're doing. It's just a different. It's just a different medium, a different format of expression and art and whatever. Even though it's sport, it's gymnastics, isn't it? So there's still a
Yes.
creative. There's a dance element, there's a creative element to it. So, and
Oh
while there's
yeah.
very technical stuff,
There's
you have.
artistry, and part of what I have coached has been music led, and I've worked with.
Mhm.
I will. Okay, the closest I get to like being musical is I will identify, select, and cut like music to be performed to, and I will picture something within the routine that needs to happen. I've got
Mm,
like I know this has to go into the routine, but also oh at this point in the music I kind of see or feel this happening, and I can't choreograph at all, but
mm,
some of my work does need it is dance based, it does need to have a choreographer. I will collaborate with a choreographer and say, here's an outline, here's what I see happening at key points, we need to do get from here to there, but I can't create the steps. Once it's there, I
mm.
can teach it, like I can correct it. Once you know
Yeah,
it, I can come and work with you, and I can clean it up and refine it with you, but I can't create the choreography. But so
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can I have like my parallels where I'm like I'm Mariah on the couch saying what like I can like picture when she's saying what she hears.
You're Daniel
I need
Moore with.
my yeah, my choreographer is my Daniel Moore, and
Yeah,
then my athlete is Mariah's violinist. So
yeah.
I'm blowing my own mind here, kids, with parallels.
No, but you're right. It's absolutely that, and that's what's so nice about this and masterclass is that there's quite a lot of if you look at what's actually happening, there's a lot of transferable skills, really. And that's again, me getting on my high horse, but that's why I think the arts are so important, just generally across the board, whether it be in sports, dance, singing. It's these are skills that you can apply to your everyday life. The interpersonal skills, the being able to like bring the best out in someone. Aren't these brilliant skills that you would like if you worked in marketing or if you worked in whatever other jobs normal humans do? I don't know. But it's so important, it's vital.
Yeah, transferable skills. Yeah, and I think this masterclass of Mariah's, it's given us a little bit of everything, and she can go
Mm.
into any of these areas and open up even more. She could do a
Yeah,
whole series, a whole masterclass series based on collaborations and working
that's
with other people.
that's the one thing I thought she could do. Like after this, I'd love a whole like YouTube series or whatever. Like I could see 8 episodes where um she takes one of the songs from her discography, maybe ones that like didn't get their due, that the roof was sort of a single but not quite, whatever. She could do that and reimagine them with a new artist, with the Clark sisters, with Kirk Franklin, whoever. Like bring in artists. We see the process of that happening, and then the song gets released, and then we have an album at the end of it, and it could be called the Butterfly Lounge. Like I
This,
think
yeah,
I
this
could
is
see this
exactly
happening.
what. This is exactly what I thought MasterClass was going to be. But it's particularly because this is Butterfly album's 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, we've gone through these and we've ended up with the new version of The Roof. Are you going to do it again and give us the new version of Outside with the Clark sisters?
I don't know if I could. Oh, maybe with the Clark sisters. I was going to say, I don't know if I could handle. I don't know if Outside could be redone, but then I was thinking that about The Roof.
I know, Josh, I thought that about The Roof, and okay, we're getting ahead. There's so much to share. Okay, right, so lesson 6, Brandy's in the booth, and Mariah is coaching, encouraging Brandy to trail off and down in her own signature way. So she's given Brandy the foundation, but then the room to do her own thing. I love it. We get Mariah talking about doubling and stacking her vocals. I'm just so happy to see Mariah producing Brandy's vocals, encouraging her, coaching her. I think it's just genuine. This is Mariah working, and we're documenting it.
Honestly, it's funny because there's not actually a lot to say about this, because it's so, you're just watching them do the same thing, and it's like the most captivating part of the entire masterclass, of all the lessons it is. But there isn't actually a lot to it. Almost, you are just watching them sing back and forth. You're listening to their voices. You're hearing them like pitch correct and adapt the rhythms and the tones and all of that. And that's kind of it. And that's not to underplay it, because it's so fascinating to watch, but it's so simple as well. It's just them in their element working.